Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is April 25th, and this is your aftermarket update. So typically what I like to do on these videos is I like to talk a little bit about what happened in the trading room and then show you some really nice trade that we took that kind of showcases or highlights the opportunities that we had here with the way that we look at the markets and those kinds of things. Well, I really didn't have one of those types of trades today. In fact, if you take a look here in the top right-hand corner, you can see that we're on that 50K combine. When we left off on Friday, and you can check out the website for the results, we were at $13.95. Today we're at $16.89 after commissions. So $16.89 minus $13.85, that's about $300 roughly that we were up today, give or take. And so again, not a whole lot of activity going on. The lion's share of the moves that occurred according to our trade plan happened in the overnight session. That sometimes happens. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to kind of show you what the OTG trade plan looked like and how it played out today. Then I'm going to take you through just a couple of the quick trades that we looked at here at the Oil Trading Group. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about CL first. The lion's share of the move happened in the overnight session. In fact, today we were about 146 ticks, and really the big move occurred. The rest of that move occurred here right around 115. We did make a little bit of a break up at just right after the start of the session today. So really, in the end, we did most of the range expansion, if you will, in that overnight session. So let's talk a little bit about what we had going on here today on your trade plan. In fact, like I mentioned, it was in the overnight session is where we had the majority of that move. The first move here, 42.65 to 42.89, that was the area long. 42.75 was that sweet spot. The tactic to be used on your trading tactics guide was the F1 setting. So what we do is we provide you a trade plan each evening. This came out at 9 p.m. the night before. Sunday night at 9 p.m. the trade plan was released. That happens on most nights. And we also have a trading tactics sheet that will allow you to identify where it is that we are going to be looking to get long or short based on the tactics that are going to be employed at that particular level. At this particular level, it was an F1 tactic. And so if you scroll down through the breakout trades, you come into the fade trades, F1 is this area right here, and this gives you the rules for entry. And you can see it's based around these support and resistance zones, and we also have an RSI indicator to assist you as well. So as the market came down this morning, that trade plan told you 65 to 89 with a sweet spot of 75. It was going to be in that zone where you were going to expect a rally today. And so the market came down into this area, got all the way down here to 80.81 on the low, and then rallied significantly out of it. This occurred here at 4:15 in the morning. Obviously, our trade room was not open at that point, and so we did not take that opportunity in the trade room. Now, if you take a look here, you were pretty close to being oversold on the RSI, and so it just really was right into the top of this zone before you got the rally. The next long was 43.70 to 43.85 with the break of this 80. And this B2 stands for breakout trade setup number 2. Looking long in that direction, you bring back your tactics play, and there's your B2 setup, kind of explaining around that support and resistance zone. Move this out of the way here, and 43.80 is right here. All right, so 43.80 ultimately rallied the first time up to 99. Came back down and then rallied one more time. I was looking here to try and get long. In fact, I made 4 ticks on a long here today as the market was really aggressive and moved up. So that was your 2 primary strategies there on your OTG trade plan today. They both played out prior to me opening up the trade room and getting started. We also had a retracement zone, measured the day's high down to the day's low. And so that is an area that we look at here. So if you grab, actually what we would have done in this instance and what we talked about in the trade room today is if you grab the high from Friday and you swing it down to the day's low, you could see that you had that 70.5 retracement. there at 97. So 43.97, the high of the day was 44.04. This really would have been your big trade of the day. Now, I would love to be able to come on here and tell you that I took that. But again, I was looking, as indicated on my trade plan today, I was looking for longs, bull trend here. I was looking for the session bias here to be long today. And so when that short opportunity presented itself, I stood away from it. This is a 15-minute chart. You can see low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We had a break in structure here on this Sunday into Monday Doha meeting. Big gap down, but then again, the market continues to rally with a series of higher lows here. It does look like we're beginning to top off just a little bit here on the 15-minute chart. You've got a couple of lower highs here developing, and maybe you're breaking market structure here. But at least as we were entering into the day today, my idea was that we were going to be long. So I did not take this opportunity. In fact, I waited for the retracement zone and the I waited for the retracement zone here, measuring the day's low to the high. And if you come here and you grab your retracements and you measure this swing low up to this swing high, you could see here that we got right down into the bottom of this zone. The 70.5 here was 17. I got in at 19, and it rallied as high as 56. Now, I didn't take all of that. In fact, I did just enough to get me up maybe $110, $120, 12 ticks really on the CL today. The range on the CL was pretty narrow after the open. I mean, we came straight down. So again, my idea here, let me finish that one thought. The total range on the day was 146 ticks. There were 30 ticks of that range expanded early in the session, and it wasn't until late in the day that you had more range expansion from 80 down to 58. So really the bulk of the day was contained in between these two support and resistance areas here. And so again, as someone who is looking for this thing to be on a bullish trend today, higher highs, higher lows, I didn't want to get chopped up too much in this big long move to the downside here today. So again, not a huge day on the CL, but the trade plan was accurate in terms of where your support and resistance levels were, but not necessarily. And you know what? We are still in this bullish idea. It just didn't take some moonshot here on Monday. This is still a bullish idea as you continue to have structure points along the path here that would still continue to tell you that the bullish area or that the bullish idea was still going on. We had one trade, one winner on the ES today. We'll be taking a look here at these market maker levels. We are conducting market maker level training in the after the trading session tomorrow. We'll be doing a live training class, and it was really easy as the market opened up and came down into your daily structure signal. 2075 half rallied to 207875. So we were long in this area, and we were able to get a quick 2 points. You did come down a little bit into this revision signal, and we were talking about potentially getting long off of this revision signal today, which would have been an okay play as the market went from revision signal to revision signal. But by the time we got it was about 10:30 this morning when we stopped trading, right after the London session close, and you start going into lunch and chop and some of those kinds of things. So we just wanted to get out of there. Like I said, we finished up the day at about 30 ticks positive on the day, and that is fine. So we are 4 days into the 150K combine. The profit objective on that 150K combine is $3,000. We are at $1,689 divided by 3,000, and we are about 56% of the way to the combine objective after 4 days. So hopefully we'll continue moving forward here, and I may not be posting. We've got a live training that I'm conducting after 1 p.m. tomorrow, so I might not be posting a recap of the combine after the session tomorrow. There is a good chance that I will not be posting tomorrow. So but I will. We'll come back in and we'll post and bring you back up to speed on Wednesday after the trading day there. So anyway, as always, I want to say thank you for spending some time here looking at the information here at the Oil Trading Group. And until next time, I want to wish you good luck and good trading.